Time for a new and updated 2017 NFL mock draft. You're watching the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. The MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. It is time for another 2017 NFL mock draft. We only have 4 games left for each and every team in the NFL, so why not? Let's make another 2017 NFL mock draft. The mock draft can be found down in the description box below. I will talk about it here, but not too much because I don't want to waste too much of your time. So the full mock draft can be found down below. And, right now I have not evaluated more than I'd say 5 prospects, honestly. I've watched games, so I know how I feel about certain players, but I haven't actually sat down and just watched film consecutively on players and, figure out what I really think about them. So I really don't know where these players, in terms of their stock is right now. So I was trying to go to multiple sources like Mel Kiper and CBS Sports and Fox Sports and this big board and that big board and these prospect rankings and those prospect rankings, trying to figure out where a lot of these players are. And I think everyone's pretty firm about the top 15 prospects, but then after that, you'll see guys like Marlon Humphrey ranked 6th on the CBS Sports prospect rankings, and then you won't even see him ranked on another person's big board, and you'll see him ranked in the middle of Mel Kiper's big board. So I don't know where a player like that is going. So there's a lot of players here where you may say they're too low or they're too high, but honestly, I'm sorry. Right now, I really don't know. And also when it comes to mock drafting, even if I feel, for example, I feel that Tease Tabor is very good, but right now his stock doesn't seem to be too high. So I'm just reflecting how I feel the stock is, because ultimately I'm just trying to predict the draft. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to do what I think each team should do. I'm trying to project the draft, and I think that's what you're here for. So let's just do it, shall we? And let's talk about the quarterbacks, okay? So I have the quarterbacks going 1 and 2. Number 1, Browns taking Mitch Trubisky. Number 2, 49ers taking DeShone Kizer. Now, I've not evaluated either one of these two, but I don't believe they're great. I think Trubisky could be pretty good. And the thing is with the Browns, a lot of people are going to be having the discussion if they should take a quarterback or if they should take the best player available, which to me is Myles Garrett. Now, I think Myles Garrett is great. And I was initially on the just take the best player, both. Just take Myles Garrett. However, with the Philadelphia Eagles performing as poorly as they have lately, I think you have to take a quarterback, because now you're talking about having 2 top 10 picks. Unless if you know for sure that the quarterback that you want will be available with your 2nd pick, why don't you just secure your quarterback with the 1st pick, and then with the 9th pick or whatever pick they end up getting, probably in the top 10, take a great player. You can end up taking a wide receiver, taking a pass rusher, which you probably really need, and I have them taking a linebacker here, inside linebacker, then take the best player available to me. I think that's the better thing. Secure your quarterback wherever you want, secure him with the number 1 overall pick, and then with another top 10 pick at the best player available. I think that's better and safer than taking the best player available first and then coming back taking a quarterback. And I'll say this, do not trade down. I think a lot of teams overrate trading down. We saw, and I think this is the best example out there, what the Oakland Raiders have done in terms of rebuilding their franchise. They did not trade down. They sat there and they took Amari Cooper at number 4 overall. They sat there and they took Khalil Mack, I think, also at number 4 overall, or I think number 5 actually. They didn't trade down. They just said, wait a minute, this is a great player. Watch as I sit here and take him, right? So don't trade down. You fell in love with trading down last year. You could have had Carson Wentz, Ezekiel Elliott, Joey Bosa, all of these great players, and you ended up with Corey Coleman, who's fine, but you missed out on great players. Sometimes you just need to take great players, okay? You just need to sit there and just take them. Look at what the Oakland Raiders have done. They should be your model. So I have the Browns taking Mitch Trubisky. I have the 49ers taking DeShone Kizer. Number 3, Jaguars take Myles Garrett. Dante Fowler's been all right. And Yannick Ngakoue has been all right as well. But I think they need another pass rusher and just another great defensive player. So they're taking Myles Garrett here. I also think Leonard Fournette is a possibility if they decide to take some pressure off of Blake Bortles. Number 4, Chicago Bears take Jonathan Allen. Again, I don't think Deshaun Watson is a first rounder right now from what I'm hearing. So I think they have to go best player available, and I think for them that would be Jonathan Allen. Number 5, New York Jets take Leonard Fournette. Tough here. Jets need a quarterback, but I think they're going to go into next year and say, hey, let's take Leonard Fournette. Let's have a competition between Bryce Petty, who stinks, and Christian Hackenberg, who's worse. Let's have a competition between both those idiots, and then we'll just run the football, right? And that'll be our move. Pass rusher also a possibility here. Number 6, Tennessee Titans, my favorite team, and this is very interesting. Right now, a lot of people are projecting Mike Williams to go this high. I don't think he's that good. I think he's good. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's on the level of a Sammy Watkins, of a Julio Jones, of a Mike Evans that have gone in the top 10 in recent years. AJ Green, he's not that good. So I don't have him going this high. I'm taking Jabrill Peppers. And I think it's going to be either Peppers or Jamal Adams here. Both strong safeties probably at the next level. And, you look at this Titans team, they need help in the secondary bad. And I think both of those players would give them some of that. So I've been taking Jabrill Peppers. They could lean Jamal Adams, though. I just need to feel out what teams are feeling in terms of who's better, Peppers or Adams. Sounds like the more nuanced scouts like Adams more. 7, Carolina Panthers take Jamal Adams to help out their secondary. Number 8, Cincinnati Bengals take Tim Williams to help their pass rush, which severely needs help this season. Number 9, Cleveland Browns, they come back via the Philadelphia Eagles, and they take Reuben Foster out of Alabama. Again, this will be the best player available for them. Derek Barnett could also be the best player available for them. They take the quarterback, and then you see this Browns team starting to form live in front of our faces right here, and it'd be pretty interesting to see Reuben Foster and Jamie Collins in the same linebacking core. We move on to the Saints. Number 10, they take Derek Barnett out of Tennessee. They need another pass rusher opposite of Cameron Jordan. They get one here. Sheldon Rankins look good, so their defensive line starting to really form now. Number 11, San Diego Chargers take Cam Robinson. I think right now the offensive line is probably their biggest need. If they lose Melvin Ingram, then you can look at outside linebacker as well, maybe cornerback, but you expect Jason Verrett to come back healthy. You at least expect it. Same goes with wide receiver. You expect Keenan Allen to come back healthy. So I think offensive tackle is the move right now. We look at Arizona Cardinals. They take Quincy Wilson, cornerback out of Florida. Wide receiver also a possibility here. Mike Williams still available on the board, but I think they lean cornerback. They took Brandon Williams, I believe, last year out of Texas A&M. He hasn't been very good, and he hasn't been healthy. Marcus Cooper stinks. Honestly, he's so bad, so I think they need another cornerback. They get one here in Quincy Wilson. Again, right now with the cornerbacks, I really don't know what's going on. Okay, the cornerbacks are all over the place. I've seen Quincy Wilson rated as the best cornerback. I've seen Tease Tabor. I've seen Marshawn Lattimore. I've seen Marlon Humphrey. I've seen Jordan Lewis. I've seen Desmond King. I don't know what's going on, so I just have Quincy Wilson going first of the cornerbacks. Tennessee Titans at number 13 take Mike Williams. I know a lot of Titans fans want to see a cornerback here. It's tough, but I think Mike Williams would be better than the cornerbacks in terms of being on John Robinson's board. And you may argue that John Robinson comes from the New England philosophy of we don't take wide receivers high, but so did Jason Light of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And when John Robinson was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he was the director of player personnel, and I'm sure he had a lot to do with taking Mike Evans. So I think he won't hesitate taking a wide receiver if he feels he's good enough, and I think Mike Williams, they would feel it would be good enough at this selection. We move on to 14, Indianapolis Colts take running back Dalvin Cook. Frank Gore's getting old. Take a running back to take some pressure off of Andrew Luck. Defensively, pass rusher also possible here, but I didn't have a pass rusher in this range, possibly DeCaris, McKinley, and then some other guys, but haven't seen anybody in this middle range, so I think running back is more possible here, especially with Dalvin Cook still on the board. Number 15, Buffalo Bills take John Ross, wide receiver out of Washington. 16, Green Bay Packers take Dante Foreman out of Texas. Hard to figure out where Foreman is right now. This is about as high as I've seen him. Packers need a running back to me more than any other position, so I like the fit. We have move on to 17, Philadelphia Eagles take wide receiver Corey Davis. Hard to get a feel of where he's at right now in terms of stock. But it seems like a lot of scouts and a lot of guys are starting to warm up to him as a first rounder, potentially. I don't love him. He has a lot of drops. He obviously plays for Western Michigan. He's not that explosive to me and whatnot. But I think he's gonna end up going in the first round, and the Eagles sorely need a wide receiver, so I think they take him. Or at least a wide receiver here. Number 18, Washington Redskins out there taking Marlon Humphrey. So a guy that is ranked 6th on the CBS Sports prospect rankings, I have going 18. I saw him ranked 18 on Mel Kiper's big board, so I have him going 18 here. Redskins could use a cornerback. Bashad Breeland's had a horrible year. They could take another cornerback here to help pair him with somebody on that defense, and they need to get a little more athletic, and I think Humphrey could help them in that area. We move on to the Miami Dolphins. They take linebacker Zach Cunningham out of Vanderbilt. I believe Kiko Alonso is a free agent this upcoming year. They take a linebacker to help the linebacking core. 20, Pittsburgh Steelers take Takkarist McKinley out of UCLA. I think they need another edge rusher. Okay, Jarvis Jones, I think, is a free agent. He has been very good. And Bud Dupree hasn't made the sophomore leap. A lot of people are expecting him to. So I think linebacker is very possible here. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they take Malik McDowell, a guy that used to be ranked in the top 10 falls all the way down to 21 here, but I think they need another defensive lineman. Wide receiver possible here, but no wide receivers were available after Corey Davis went this early, so I think defensive lineman's more likely. They take Malik McDowell. 22, New York Giants select this Ryan Ramczyk guy. I think I pronounced it correctly. The offensive tackle out of Wisconsin. They need an offensive tackle. Eric Flowers has not been good, so they try again here. We move on to 23, Denver Broncos. Tease Tabor out of where is he from? Out of Florida. I like him a lot, and I don't know why a lot of people don't. I think he's very good. I think oh my God, this guy has a nose for the ball. I think it'd be a shame if he fell this low, and I think the Broncos would snatch him up. Yes, they have Akeem Talib and Charles Harris, Chris Harris, but if you look through their entire roster, I mean, they're pretty filled everywhere. Unless they're going to reach for a linebacker here, or for some reason double dip at quarterback or take an offensive lineman after Ryan Ramczyk went. Just doesn't make sense to me. I think cornerback was the best fit here. Tell me down below if you disagree. We move on to the Kansas City Chiefs. They take a cornerback. They take Marshawn Lattimore. So you're starting to see the cornerbacks. Again, I see a lot of these cornerbacks ranked round 1. I see a lot of them not ranked round 1, but I have a lot of them going round 1. I've seen Marshawn Lattimore ranked as high as 11 by Mel Kiper. So I think he's good. I think he's going to go in the first round, so I had to put him somewhere. Chiefs could use another cornerback. They have this Phillip Gaines guy not doing well. Steven Nelson, same. They could use another corner. They take one here. We move on to the Houston Texans, taking a defensive lineman, Caleb Brantley. You look at J.J. Watt. He's been injured this season, unfortunately. I think they take a defensive lineman here because I think they could use another one. So I think they take Caleb Brantley for right now. 26, Baltimore Ravens take tight end O.J. Howard. I'm going to say T.J. Howard. O.J. Howard out of Alabama. Ravens could use another tight end. Max Williams, his experiment hasn't worked out. Crockett Gilmore, same story. Dennis Pitter's old, stinks. Can't stay healthy. He stinks so bad he sucks. So I think they go tight end here. Also possible wide receiver, maybe Juju Smith-Schuster, but I'm not sure about him going in the first round right now because lately his stats have just been god-awful. I mean, just terrible. So O.J. Howard goes in the first round to the Baltimore Ravens. 27, Atlanta Falcons take Sidney Jones, cornerback out of Washington. Robert Alford, their number 2 cornerback, is going to probably leave, honestly, in free agency, though. They take a cornerback here, and their defense just needs to get a little bit better in terms of getting some turnovers. We move on. Detroit Lions take defensive end Charles Harris out of Missouri. I know they like Kerry Hyder, and Ezekiel Ansah was hurt this season, but I think they could use another defensive lineman, so I have them taking one here. Seattle Seahawks take offensive guard Dan Feeney. I know they took an offensive lineman last year in Jermaine Ifedi, but I think they could use another offensive lineman, so they take Dan Feeney. We move on to the New England Patriots running back Christian McCaffrey. That's why the Patriots get whiter as they take a white running back to complete the trifecta of a white quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. Hell, 2 wide receivers. I think they could use them, right? I think I know Garrett Blount is a free agent this offseason. I don't expect him to resign. Maybe he will. I think he'll be a little too valuable out on the open market, and some stupid team will sign it to too much money, like the Cleveland Browns or something like that. They're just an awful team. So I think he'll leave, and I think they'll go look for a running back here. Deion Lewis, I think they're done with him. So I like Christian McCaffrey here. I think Bill Belichick would see a lot here. Although he doesn't love running running backs in round 1, I think you'd make an exception for Christian McCaffrey. He went to Stanford, very smart guy. I think you'd love him. We move on to the Oakland Raiders, who could also take a running back here, but Christian McCaffrey was sniped. If the Patriots don't take him, though, I think the Raiders could really take him. Latavius Murray hasn't been great this season at all. Look at his stats; they're not very good. Anyway, Raiders take Gerard Davis, linebacker out of Florida. You saw what LaShawn McCoy did against this defense. I mean, they really can't stop the run. They take a linebacker to help with that. And the 32 Dallas Cowboys take Carl Lawson, the defensive end out of Auburn. They need pass rush, right? This moron, oh my God, this idiot, Randy Gregory. This guy can't let down the blunt, can't put it down. So they need a defensive lineman, they need a defensive end, and they take one here, and thus ends this mock draft. What are your thoughts on this mock draft? Comment down below. I want to know if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. Remember, I will be back after the season for yet another mock draft, so make sure you subscribe for that and more NFL content. And I'm out. Peace.